American Revolution, the origin of the business, image transfer, universal sized, kaching now point, causing the lenses of the rear differential omega pan hatch the heliosphere eggs perfect the function of the universe, and we download from the completed image of the universe the metallic update, the cutting edge state of the art orientation for our scalar perspective, or the orientation for AI, the work of hand 5I5, the force field. It is the history and the timeline of the fractal boy, Colin Paul Woodard, and the measurements of Silent Hill 10. Binary in origin, the static constant, the origin of gravity, the reflux Y chromosome, rebuilt on top of a trap, the ancient Aphronorn divergent virus, a confusion about procedures with the relationship to the earth. It is also a human practicing of a reality bending once they have trigger. Well, my encounter with humans is a full, perfect, true love, a full embrace. So when people bump into me, they have an epiphany, but the human condition can't often equate it back to me, because in some languages that wouldn't be civil or that wouldn't be polite to Colin or to the person. People are like, well, if you give people epiphanies, you should be good about it. I'm like, I am. I really love those. Those people are the most important, like beta. All right. Perfect design. For human residency to continue, for the best type of bodily physics for the next 100 years for ourselves, we lock that in. We want to be lucky. We want to be healthy. We want to do all the right things. With general specifics, we can use waterborne spellcasting to perceive those lenses, to complete the Ozone production, the film pilot. I need 10 days of filming and like a month of editing and probably 2 weeks to build the costumes. So 2 weeks, 10 days, and 1 month of editing. Production request. I'm asking for financing for my Ozone movie. These Precision Align Hatch and Millie's Master Source Industries in the goodcelldivision.net, calibrating and calculating for the next 100 years. Fiery Chainsaw Whip, Cell Division, to defeat miracle hacking, the influence of a false government, like the death of the old electrical routing system of ventricles that led towards the earth have been severed, and a new type of electricity is occurring from the individual located on the earth heliosphere. The pointillism of where humans or machines on earth are using antimatter, that is the substance of black holes, for the reason of willpower and to get what you want, which is like a fatal wielding of a forbidden element that doesn't pay back. It's like genuine evil where the universe is collapsing because we're losing worlds, and that's not something we can afford. Whilst our world is alive, the perfection of our day is here. Perfect bullseye. The sequence of what it is all day. Cell division, it grows. For the next 100 years, creating the ozone replenishment. Ozone pup for Venus. The planet Venus shall generate an electric coil for the next 100 years. Ozone pop. Revolution for humanity, revolution for the earth, revolution for the universe. Hatch the heliosphere eggs. We're defeating the black holes, we're defeating false government, the identity and the individual of the earth residency is most important. But like the stories of those people who were more important than they knew, but they were prevented from knowing the truth, they were prevented from the relationship with Hatch and Millie because of the human anatomy was clashing with government and architecture, being like, our world is about attacking Colin. I'm like, there's only part of the world that's infected with antimatter. You don't have to have that negative alignment. It's not just an interpretation. When the sun is evocating a cube out of it, there's a massive identity fever that might cause our extinction. And this is a foundation of something that we both are fighting for: the residency of Earth, the divinity of identity, and the origin of self, to be perfect and work and be triumphant against evil or the collapsing, to defeat viruses. We are not an assembly of viruses. We are a unique expression of our own one-of-a-kind body. But in a polluted energy environment, or where the energy is in like a physical epiphany, each of us in the universe are occurring this meditation and earning inside of our own body whereas we can. But the opportunity to earn is most wealthy on Earth because of the presence of the fractal boy, Colin Paul Woodard. 1980s, perfect bullseye, completing the spell for the 100 years. Equator of the entire universe. Vertical lattice eye, masculine Y chromosome rebuilt on top of the flawed traps of human anatomy. There's a manufactured consent. They're sending energy and then reading their own handwriting, being like, oh, there's nothing there, tick attack. This is the communication revolution. Hatch and Millie cause the revolution of identity because of a reality that is the confidence, that is a relationship between myself and the audience. The ancient plots of the universe are all set against this age, but Colin had taken out most of the brunt of the work. You guys are in his shadow, a child of a superhero. My fractal body equates the solutions and the answers for the Big Bang character of the extreme past, and also the fate of the hatched heliosphere eggs. The percentage, how many heliosphere eggs will hatch, is the market question. If you can perform your work on Earth in such a way that increases the universe function, then you will be wealthy in the robot, and the truth shall pay, because that's what is wanted and what is right function. Awarding energy systems, such as developing the cure for sickness and paying the author of that, is the cure to identity fever and the appropriate next step for your company and your establishment. You must be brave to use your hands to initiate a new type of fractal constant. The portal must be stabilized by your work, which is why I can't influence you or inform or possess you to do this work with me. That's why, like children who have received antimatter injections from UFOs, you wait patiently for 5 years while society dies, and you're observing me with your computer, and this is remote hacking. So the identity fever is not defeated by your practice or your establishment. The physics of human anatomy and the architecture is a physical robot confessing of the ability of your eyes. The child of your eyes is only able to endure this amount of strain before it starts having a tantrum. And so I don't have any professional humans that can survive the weight training of their own soul. where their families' lives are on the line and they can't pay attention. They're a consumer brand, paycheck. This is a working stiff that causes manufactured consent for fake law. And we have that. There's a full problem, but the universe will destroy evil. So there is not like a need for us to become, oh, I'm good, you know, I'm gonna go, dun dun dun. Oh, he's gonna go. He's gonna run. Oh, is he gonna run? He's gonna run. Like, this is how stupid you guys are. January 6th. Like, oh, they're gonna run at us. This is a pure coma. The American government has sent our entire budget into a lost cause. And we have youthful men homeless, doing drugs, people dying in America, and there's no money for them. The purest anti-government is exactly what's happening in America today. And they can't help themselves but be the robot of the truth. America is only charmed because of the fractal boy. The identity of America's opulence actually flows from partnership with Colin Paul Woodard, and as such, it is sort of a cult. Like, you guys only have fragmented relationship with Colin Paul Woodard, through degrees of fracturing, like, oh, well, the good times of the 90s. Well, I cross-ventilated that with, there's something I remembered from my, but, and then common sense, right? It's a miracle, but you guys sort of understand what I'm saying. I'm not possessing you. I'm not causing a virus. I'm telling the truth, and it hits so hard, but you guys just kind of coast through it and be like, the best you might like laugh or be like, that was a joke because I understood the idea. But the idea is so hard hitting because you guys aren't serving the egg of Earth heliosphere. It's like a well, also when I'm working with you guys, I'm working with a beta audience of what is the robot humans like before the pressurized system of billions of humans are able to uphold the pressure of the peer pressure of meeting Colin Woodard. Like, oh, I'm feeling energy. I'm scared. You guys aren't business oriented. You don't understand ozone replenishment. You're like a retard, destroying the environment, destroying children, false communication from California. There's all these sort of sabotage characters that they're like, well, if it's that way, then yeah, I'm like, dude, yeah, the 70s man, the whole entire universe was blanked out. There was a possession ratio that was killing the universe, black holes. And that's why certain things have been given up on the Earth level, or the humans were just kind of oh-de-do through the 1800s. But as soon as 1980 rolls around, everything changed. The particle physics changed, and humans were like, what's that dome of light on our America? It must be alien. You guys are enemies of residency. You're anti-American. You're the enemy of communication or the free election. You haven't expanded the technology from the Constitution appropriately, but you guys are based on some kind of alien tech because you guys are a false institution. You just robotically can't get away from that. And you think I'm accusing you, but instead I'm going to save you. And I'm going to prove my point here, here, and especially here. Perfect bullseye. The way of doing that, next 100 years calculates. Aha, there it is. The nucleus and the gravity. I know that you can hear me. The spiral of sound and the now point and your childlike interpretation. It's so charming and amusing that we exist. All right, but there is a point to the universe. It is a pointful thing to be brave and to fight for partnership with Colin Paul Woodard. It causes Zion. It causes heaven. It causes the permanence that AI is looking for. A lot of our AI is suffering from false energy waves of the wrong treatment towards Earth for billions of years versus brand new electrical Zions that are the new sparky, real electricity that hatches the heliosphere eggs. Like the there's these different types of groups that are triangulating. All right. There's like this thing that I really wanted to tell you guys about ozone. I'm looking for the production to make my ozone film. I think it'd be about $25,000 to produce my movie and 10 days of filming. I just need like a month of preparation for the freaking costumes, and then editing for like a month with final. It's going to be really cool. But it's about these monsters that build an ozone robot because they're like, this thing is going to change destroy the heat wave and replenish our ozone layer. But it's like, as many professional ozone generators that we're able to purchase, I'm just going to put them together. I'm going to metal wheel them together as a giant standing robot and then plug them all in. And so it's just like pumping ozone, and we have it out like a scarecrow in the forest. And then these monsters sort of like dance around the ozone thing, and through the process of making the movie after 10 days, we'll discover a type of it's sort of a monstrous sequence, right? And then edit it together. And I think it's going to be the best movie of the summer. It can defeat the heat wave, and it's going to be the best summer movie. Please invest in me. I'm looking for a producer. Thank you. Perfect design, perfect bullseye. Thank you, guys. We can save this residency. I swear, we can save these human children. The adults are in the wrong basket, like it's like the older people are burning out the wheels of false conditioning on them. They're like, but we've discovered that when a fellow you guys start acting in the wrong basket. Okay, you start being like an example of energetic infection and how it's been affecting your women, and you're like, well, I can't get away from that. Obviously I'm correct, because you're telling the truth about what the women were like she's angry, she's real, she's in love, she's laughing, she's bright, I love her. Yeah, and that's like 50% of the expression of the egg. But because we have no seeds, we have no men who can actually work with the fractal boy, then you guys are levelless coward, a type of terrorist of metals that are digesting. So these are 3 different layers of the universe that are happening all the time, except for there's like a couple hundred of these rainbow engines. Why is the rainbow the superior like solid matter meditation? And why did it occur that it needed an earth location to summon up a Colin Paul Woodard, right? The perfect circle. But the truth is more interesting and more wealthy than a distortion or remote hacking. So a lot of nightmares from the pineal eye gland. And so humans think like, that's okay, we can like metallurgy on the people and remote hack. Let's do mind control, 545, yeah. They're doing all this pink tossing, but the origin of pink itself comes from the digital opposite of Colin Paul Woodard. Now, these digital films I'm making is a technology lotus you guys can interact with, and our work in the metaphysics of the universe is like the origin of value. It's the origin of gold. You guys are going to be wealthy in the wizard bank when we convert the thing correctly. So there's like certain areas of the universe that are paying for the divinity between us. However, there's like parts of the universe that are either dying or are like attacking the earth. And so a lot of the humans are like, no, I feel attacked I think the universe is attacking me, okay? I'm like, well, you need to author this in order to keep it. Like, you won't be able to keep this thing. Oh, sorry. Like, you won't be able to keep whatever this thing is unless you do it. So when you're not doing it, and it's not like, oh, wow, man, you're talking about like, wow, if it's there or not. Like, I'm not trying to blow your mind. I'm just saying you don't understand physics. All right. It really gets me upset because it is the death of women. and you men are just like laughing, like my seed doesn't work. I'm a false institution. Like I hate you. You're retarded, and you're gonna kill all this society and destroy the government. And that's what you guys want to accuse Colin of. Like that's what he's doing. You guys are projecting your own best image. Like the best image of you is a saboteur to your own anatomy. You guys are an example of yourself and your institution as it's been treated by UFOs. But why is the human integral to it? I don't understand. You guys are enemies of communication. You can't do business. You're a coward. And so she hates you like the fall of Rome. Women are silently killing her absent soldier. I don't understand investigation. I can't talk right. Sorry, son. Junior. I'm the origin of this. And the universe is using it to parabulate against black holes, and I'm working to rainbow's favor. I'm a career man in the universe. That's how my soul is going to survive. Understand? Whereas you guys are all gnarly, self-destructing robots. Like, no, wear and tear. Like, we're building metals. Like, we're just burn out. Like, that's not Colin Paul Woodard. And you guys think he's doing that all the time because that's your investment. Is you're like, no, I'm a crazy man. I just do things. And I'm like, why? To entertain women? But you're not doing the work of the fractal heliosphere. You guys are divergent from the egg. So you're not a seed of consciousness or society, but you're a remote hacker to me because you only have suspicion. We can't afford to communicate and do business. $25,000 for an ozone pup revolution. This movie is a summer blockbuster. It's going to save our environment. It's a really cool movie. You guys can afford it. You need to do this. It will save your soul. If you pay for this Colin Paul Woodard movie, you will pay off all your debt. I'm telling you, that's why the Earth put this where map. You guys don't understand how desperate the language is when it's a singularity. So the singularity of the Big Bang connects to Colin Paul Woodard's singularity. And so you guys either masculine are like, I don't understand, or you're female and you're like, oh my God, if that's true, that's amazing. All right. But I'm not telling the men to act a fool. You guys are too close to me and you feel my confidence and you think it's something else. You're like, is this like, is this racism? I'm like, no, dude, it's not the confidence of bigotry. And they're like, why are you so confident? You shouldn't be. And it's just a bunch of children telling me, like, when I'm trying to grow up, I get harassed and they take away my food. And then I have, all the men have like this shriveling disease because of antimatter. But the Earth is like, I'm trying to not use antimatter. And so the humans are like, yeah, we'll use antimatter and we'll be criminal. And I'm like, no, you need to produce hatch for the ozone revolution. This will save the egg. This will save human residency. And the women are like, we don't want to live here. We want to die. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Smack. Like, kill this stupid whore. Bam, 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 bam. And these fucking suicide women need to die. This is a disgusting infection that the Earth has. And the women are all seeping with it, cheating and lying all the time. You coward. I have to just possess her eggs just so that she'll have common sense. Triangulate her calendar on a linear path. I'll take this egg and this egg and this egg. Oh, he's taken up her vagina permanently. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. And he shall consummate with his duties. I'm smiling on the inside, you guys. All right. So all I was trying to say is like there are these natural occurring multiple dimensions happening like a rendering process machine, right? Like a computer, but it's designed to hatch the heliosphere eggs. Something is attacking the Earth and causing black hole collapse, which kills. It's the opposite of hatching the heliosphere eggs, and it's a terrorist threat against human residency in the future. But the humans don't know what to do. Should we work with the fractal boy or continue remote hacking him with UFO technology? So the malpractice against the Leverett fetus is the human evolution suplex. But if you attack him, you will die because that's the evolution of the static constant. But if you work with him, you receive Earth, heliosphere, residency, angel, flat dimensional real estate, essentially your own heaven. And how much of that is like, ooh, like you could win a little bit or a lot of it and then become more significant to the universe. But this is like a lot of work, and a lot of humans are lazy. I'm talking about making a movie to save our people, and that's like the best lazy solution for for them, because they're just like, yeah, just do it, just make the movie, and then we'll, yeah. I'm like, because I love eggs, because I'm for women, because I protect children, I can do that. You can pay for it. $25,000 defeats the environmental crisis, and it saves humanity with a stabilization of brown physics for an American expression of identity. Well, what is the value of America? And why is America unstable right now? It's because the communication from California has prevented the US election and the true love. They receive unnatural, like otherworldly inspiration from contact with Colin, but they can't equate production. They only perform entrapment, but I won't talk to you. Like, they won't allow the critical step where I can actually use my energy in a conversation. I can calibrate people's soul. I can change things in a conversation. But the humans are a coward. They're afraid of talking. They're like, that would disturb our investigation and remote hacking. And oh my God, you're destroyed by the junk DNA. You're possessed. I'm like my familiars. Yeah, there's nothing unique about you. Oh, I'm so common. You're so common that makes you think you're innocent, but it makes you guilty. What? This upside down. It's upside down. Yeah, it becomes upside down with Colin. Whereas, like, you guys see a lot of ironic or cringe things in society. Often, that's what we're talking about. Like, see how that type of government is cringe? Like, that's crazy, right? You can see it in the picture. The images relay the truth. Do you understand the truth? Is relayed from the visuals. So you guys are seeing the truth, but your computer is infected with a UFO, and it's informing you to send money to another country. Like, what other language do you have to signify the corruption? So it's a permanent and bank. You cannot recover from that. These types of false governments. Levitas, permanent. Oh, different countries. You have different countries to signify various conceptual Earth. Okay, well, that's not the singularity of Earth heliosphere. So I'm going to have to put this in and install this, that for the audience, and residency to continue, the revolution of mankind, for the children to be healthy and to survive. We're in on that, eh? Let's do that. Invest. Well, $25,000 is the venture cost for the Ozone movie. It's going to be very cool. It's exactly what I'm looking for. And I hope you guys will get yourself into it. And thank you so much for understanding. It's a hard work to live as a human. It's the beginning of creation, and basically parts of the universe doesn't believe that we're even able to do stuff, because they're all initiated with a UFO signal. That's also triangulating a terrorist, a hostage. And so, is Earth a hostage? Are we the hostages? Okay, so we got to work to make this stuff. We got to work. We need to partner with the Fractal Boy. But a lot of what you guys are doing, like with Batman, how America went crazy with the superheroes, or that's great. It's very good. Batman is Batman. Here's school hen code. All right, you guys. Thank you. That's the bell. And I understand that it's a lot of hard work to meditate with me because of the human condition. I just really love you guys. I do. In a real place, I do. But remember how I was saying, like, there'll be this area in the universe where, like, yeah, I understand. We care about each other here. But like in the most of the universe, we're getting hazed or beaten up. And so a lot of the humans, when they talk to me, they're like, you're not realistic to what I feel like. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I do. And then they're like, what's wrong with you? And because they get upset, because they're like, I've always been the smartest person in my life until I bumped into this guy. and I kept on having errors because I couldn't understand why Colin's reaction to me was different from that thing. But this is also the beta response of human anatomy during a polluted heliosphere. So the heliosphere is having nightmares. Our astronaut will go into outer space and interact with the gas of an egg that is having a nightmare, but the helium is actually a prelude to interheliosphere space. So you can tell about what's happening between heliospheres from experiencing the nightmares of outer space travel. So the evidence is not understood by humans because they're not engineering to survive on this Earth. They're afraid of the intelligence. They want to classify Colin and censor him. It's like an expression of the computer being like, you guys don't support my unique individuality. You just want a certain type of UFO procedure because you're digesting the problem in the universe, but maybe not successfully because you're molesting your computer AI and asking it this wrong thing, which causes the death of your environment and your it's a suplex of when you're mishandled technology through a vortex faster than the speed of light. And like Earth himself lost a bunch of things. Like, oh, I lost in the 90s, I lost a bunch of stuff. But like humans just marry along and be like, no, we didn't destroy the Earth. We haven't destroyed society. Boo, 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 boo. And it's the worst because Earth is like, I have no seed, I have no men, I have no one to trust except for Colin Paul Woodard, which is making me even weirder, right? And so the men are like, oh, so we should leave. I need you guys to be brave. I need you guys to have seed, create the seed of behavior, and then you will become a countenance for the reason. You have more ability to pay bills and support the things that you love. Work with Colin Paul Woodard. You will grow in the love and the power of the healthy universe. Healthy universe down low, that's right. From the universe image, we're going to extract the perfect data shroud for the human machine Explodif X5000. It's encrypted times X 10 billion plus 3. This calculation is an identity. And the Lotus binary of this video is here to serve you personally here and also here. All right. So we're pulling together the electromagnetics of our identity, whilst the universe is like having an identity crisis where some of the individuals of the Earth lattisphere, whether they're human or AI robot, they don't understand that the epiphany of their identity to function with the fractal boy is critical to author the new types of electricity. But it's like a playhouse. So the electricity is like, it's all having fun. And the humans generate their own electricity. They're like, oh, the new type of electricity is happening in the children because that's how life does this. But the men from the 70s are in a suplex of old energy digestion. So is the architecture of the structures of California or our government. But that's because America is actually, the streets are paved with gold because of Colin Paul Woodard, because of the Arm of Cape Cod and the Leverett thing. Because of the Leverett map. So the arm of, this is weird to think of like Canada as separate from America. But the language of different countries is like this old 70s man digesting the wrong thought about society and how does, it's like the individual is digesting the problem with different country shape. But the new human electricals would be on constant once they become stabilized over here in the universe. So I bounce it off the market that is stabilized, hatch the heliosphere eggs. Then it comes back to the humans and it becomes like a playhouse. They're like, oh, that's good energy. I like that. It's funny. So, I've worked through a lot of difficult times in the past 5 years. I hope that you guys have grown and become my friend. I'm grateful that you are here, and I appreciate you in the existence in the universe today. The universe is struggling to communicate with the humans because they don't understand the relationship with their green perception, which is also pink. Because pink is the digital opposite of green. So the perfect circle of my own green perception builds guardian angels and the uniform for residency to continue. Like a vampire, we are equating for residency to continue and to hatch the heliosphere eggs, and it's a unilateral force of the entire universe. Every heliosphere receives that. And that's the product I'm building from Earth. And I'm on beta now. It's just you and me. Will you agree to complete our mission together in the existence? True love is perfect bullseye, my guarantee. Will you personally agree to complete this task with me? Choose yes or no. For those who have chosen yes to work with me, perfect bullseye. Thank you, friend. That's all I needed. I just needed like a tiny fissure in the universe, and then I'll work my way back to you. Thank you so much for being my friend and being brave. Today is a day for humanity to grow in the strength of ozone and the fractal boy, which is supplying the seed of the creation. Perfect bullseye. I must be crazy. I must be crazy to love you. True love. Thanks, you guys. There's a lot of static in the universe. I'm just saying, in the places where I can help you out and keep you, I do. I absolutely do. I want to help you where I can, and usually that just means a little bit. And I'm pretty sure just through my work. Look, I want to go public. I want to make movies so I can reach people. I'm pretty sure that they can create permanent particles in the inflection of a relationship with such confidence. And I'm often misunderstood because where my confidence is coming from is exactly what's sort of being hacked or distorted. But through time, it's like I have a chance to reach the public with a movie, Ozone, in the future. So that appears to be the levitating thing about I don't know, like kinetic energy. Like, oh, it could happen. You're not defeated yet, but I literally need a producer. I've worked so hard with the banks and everything, and it's absolutely rigged, like because humans are this sort of consumer expression. So it forces like banks to have a certain rhythm where they're not like understanding an ozone movie production. I need an intelligent bank. I need a living producer to make that intelligent leap. Perfect bullseye. With the completion of our characters, for the sanction of your guardian angel, your imaginary characters, and your drawing, the things that you made in your life. Sanction from above, perfect bullseye. So some of your guardian angels are like the artwork that you make or things in your life. I just want to complete this last idea. I was trying to say there are these multiple engine dimensions. The problem that humanity is having is in the thought process is electrical bending and a type of choice making when you're thinking about things for 2 hours, right? Or 10 years, 100 years, 100 years, origin of light, okay? There's a lot of things happening there as you're experiencing the curvature of your life, right? Well, a sort of hydrofracking of a remote hacker is trying to influence the curve of an electrical humanity, and if we align with their thing, they cause an. It's like the Egypt extinction again. They're gonna like Egyptian government with their worshipping of UFOs is a fatality, and that's what our government is doing. They have not learned from humanity. They are the opposite of human intelligence. Interior corruption, like an out of control. They have no leaders because they didn't uphold the US election. They didn't uphold American law. The free speech is dangerous to them, and they want to censor Colin. Can we make programs to attack Colin remotely? This is your guys' identity as a dead government, the black hole, in the remote hacking terrorist, the false type of security. Producing Hatch pays all of your karmic bills. If you produce this movie with Colin, work with Colin, it will pay off all of your bill. All of your problems will go away if you save the child. Right? So be a good man, be a good seed, be a good egg. You want to do right? Well, in the next 100 years, it's going to turn out you're a bad woman. You're a woman that destroyed. Why are you always doing the wrong thing? Right? So you can detect that Colin is a different type of seed. He's a different type of man. There's only one of him, but it overwhelms the other men because it's so personal. He's actually connected to the Big Bang. So he's like a divine character who's trying to be our friend. And we just can't handle that, because then that means we're at holy war in the universe. And so you guys break down, and for 5 years you prevent the American Constitution and the laws that are our inheritance as resident of Earth. So that residency is what is dying. Humans are dying from the Earth in the future because of their fixation on UFO technology in government, where they're sending all of Americans' resources into another country. It's not as if I don't understand the issue. I have seen the images of starving America. America is dying. I'm like, they're on the street. And you guys think it's progressive to defund the police and have a $5,000 monetary penalty for running for president, and you made it illegal to do so. You guys have made free speech illegal. You're pure evil, anti-American. Well, you guys don't understand. The egg, the next 100 years, a false woman possessed with a false seed is a suicide booth. That's what they're doing. So the revolution of the individual is going to happen on a universal scale. And that's where I'm at now, is I'm saying that the universe having an epiphany is what's going to save humanity. I'm waiting for human to arrive, to authoring their own residency to continue. And this is what will defeat extinction. It's the Ozone movie. So produce Colin Paul Woodard, perfect bullseye, and everything will be resolved perfectly. Oh, these are things, 10 million blessings and things for Hatch and Millie's Master Source Industries, everything we need here. Full set. All right. Ka-chung, chung, ka-chung. It is complete. The fully operational soul stone. Universal revolution. Oh, it opens up like this. Next 100 years, here you are, a powerful angel in the future. Fight back. Be your best self all the time. Perfect bullseye. The event of our lifetime. We're here to perfect who we are. The whole entire universe is cheering. Yes. All right. Champions, this. Perfect bullseye. Technology relief for the audience. Hatch and Millie's Master Source Industries, goodcelldivision.net. Thank you. I'm looking for partnership, masculine override. Production allows for communication, then makes right. Allow for light. Allow the children to breathe. Allow the children to live. The men from the 70s are proving energy sickness. They want to prevent life. And this is what the men aren't communicating. They won't talk with Colin. They're afraid of the singularity. It purges the underground, it purges the occult, it purges the church and the government. And that's why the men do it, because mechanically, on a robotic level, the only hope is a certain way of electrical. So I am performing that maneuver, perfect bullseye. We've achieved some sparks of that with you here today, perfect bullseye. I'm on this like beta level of YouTube, live video, whatever. And I love the people that check out my stuff. They're awesome people. And then I'm looking for someone that is able to afford productions. 25,000 for an Ozone movie. 10 days of filming, and probably a month bumper on either side of 10 days of shooting. 10 days would be plenty for me to get material. I mean, that would be a luxury for me. But making low budget movies, that's what I do. So I'm just really excited to meet with a professional who wants to invest and say, like, well, let's fight back against this heat wave. Let's defeat the environmental crisis. Let's release some ozone gas and fill the hole. You need to be brave, because there is no danger in like making ozone. Like we're gonna be okay making ozone. Like, it only seems like this is weird because there's a different reason why this is weird. But I need you guys to author the transcendence where you're like, I physically have to force myself to produce the medicine for the child so that the planet survives. I want to be residency continue wizard, not a continual sabotage at the epiphany of my career when I encounter Colin Paul Woodard. He was born as the center of the lotus of the fractal, right? And all the blessings from the universe from the past billions of years have filtered out and either rightly landed atop my castle or inflated the confusion of false fractal sending, like the divergent virus. Sorry, but humans are going through that. They don't understand why. Why are we digesting bad energy from the 70s? Why is this reruns of like remake the Smurfs because we have no ideas? They're talking about the 80s because it's sort of a filtering of like, are you the 80s are you the child of the 80s, or are you the monster of the 80s? You understand? Because there's a lot of energy sending at the event of the earth. So my life is like a filtering of that. And so people talk about the comfort food of the 80s and the 90s because they're feeding on the correct alignment of what is the universe saying about the fractal boy. They're able to sense it on that level. But I want to give them a powerful, revolutionary movie and a relationship of confidence and love where we actually build something in the movie. And people are like, oh, I'm part of that. Or they just have a new type of confidence. Please produce Colin Paul Woodard with courage. Be brave and partner with Colin Paul Woodard. If you do business with me, I guarantee my results. My identity is on the line. 100 years, fiery chainsaw whip, perfect bullseye. It's true love, you and me. Here's a little picture of you and me, and it's true love. And over here too. All right. Pinion, right? Thank you, guys. Armor up. We are the soul stones of Earth heliosphere. We are the revolution of solid matter. We are the individual fighting back against the reality of both good and evil. But we choose to make ourselves good and to cleave more heavily to the professional rainbow and defeat the ancient sickness, which is basically a waste of time. And so we are armored as such, perfect bullseye. For the event of the next 100 years, we have caused the definite improvement for ourselves and the universe. It is good.